headliner tonight. Give it up for Mr. Alex Giampapa!
Thank you for being here. Thank you so much. Thank you for being here for me. Also, who is here not for me? Clap it up. Did anyone not know who I was? Okay, I was gonna say. It's all good. Thank you for being here. Some people just wanted to come to a thing that was, BYOB and BYOW. And there's like a big push now to say cannabis. So they put like BYOC on the poster. And I was like, you don't understand the people of Boston, Massachusetts. Because there's minimum 5 guys in here right now with coke in their pocket. Like, I thought it was going to be a different night.
I roll a blunt or a joint or I pack my bowl, a one hitter so a nigga can just smack and go.
It's a real privilege to just be stoned with everybody because, I enjoy marijuana myself. I'm hypermobile, which just means like your joints are messed up. So I get medical marijuana, right? So it's medicinal. So it's good for me. So instead of calling it getting high, I just call it getting better. And if I'm being real with you guys, I'm feeling a little bit better right now. Because before the show, I got better as fuck. Or as I like to call it, doing my best. The medical dispensaries are hilarious and amazing. Have you guys been? Yeah. It's so good because they take every single aspect of it super seriously as a medical situation, except for one thing. They never changed any of the ridiculous names of the weed. So you go in there, you sit down with a doctor. He's like, all right, Alex, what we're going to do for you here is give you something that's high in CBD. It's also going to release any sort of neural tension you're feeling. So we're going to go ahead and prescribe you the skunk bottom diesel. It's like if your doctor gave you antidepressants and was like, they're called no more boo-boo yum-yums. Is that okay? I like edibles too, or as I like to call it, being 100% grass-fed. I had an interesting edible moment on the train, right? I got this chocolate bar that was like too many milligrams, because it was like 400 milligrams, which is too many milligrams for me. So I'm like, all right, I'll just eat a little piece of it. And then I'm sitting on the train, and this dude sitting across from me is grilling me, and I'm like, what is the problem? Then I realized he was trying to figure out why the guy sitting in front of him just took one bite of a chocolate bar and then put it away and then started eating a different chocolate bar. I want to meet some of you folks. So do we have clap it up if you're in love or just having sex sometimes? There we go. I'm sorry. I got corrected recently. I should not be saying couple. I should be saying who's in a relationship because it's 2023 and this entire crowd could be in one giant polyamorous relationship. Huh? Is anyone here poly? You are? Who in the back? Someone said yeah, right? It's cool. I'm not gonna roast all of you. Someone here was. It's okay. You can yell out. All right. They can tell it's a trap. But I was also at a show recently, and I actually met a polyamorous team. No, they told me that a polyamorous relationship is called a cluster. Yeah, which I thought was very funny, because every time you have sex, you can be like, this is a clusterfuck. So couples. So you folks here, couple? Okay, nice. That's why you guys look like nice, classy people. Except for the scally cap, you look like really nice, good folks. It's so funny because, like, any other part of the country, if you're wearing a scally cap, people are like, oh, it's a Boston guy. But in Boston, you can just wear a scally cap and be like, no, I'm just a guy. And you're not like, you're clearly like a good, nice, you're not doing like the Boston accent. I'm going to say something very controversial right now. Is a choice. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know those guys out there wearing a fucking scally cap, like, I feel like I'm in The Departed. Like, shut up. Shut the fuck up. I do get jealous of people that meet online. I do, because I was never good at that. All the dating profiles that I would see were always like a bad quote and then your astrological sign. Like I saw one time that was like, if you can't handle me at my worst, then you don't deserve me at my best. And then under that it said, I'm a Cancer. Sometimes jokes write themselves. She was attractive though. So, that. Right, because you know, when someone's attractive, their personality doesn't matter that much. We've had progressive conversations in America about racial privilege and sexual privilege, yet we are still terrified to talk about hot privilege. Like, dude, there's tons of examples of this. Right, like sometimes you meet a woman who is of a certain level of attractiveness, and that woman will have the voice of a baby. Right? Like, dude, if you're out after the show at the bars, and off in the distance, you just hear, I got, That's either a baby or a really hot woman. Hot guys, to me, much worse. Because I was doing this joke one time, the guy in the back goes, you're pretty handsome yourself. And I was like, this is the best heckle I've ever gotten. But hot guys will hook up with people and think that they're doing that because they're particularly skilled. And it's like, no, dude, you just get away with more shit because you're hot, right? Like, I was talking to a couple at the show one time, very attractive couple. Like, the woman was beautiful, and the guy, like, I'm straight, but, you know, if I was in jail. Someone corrected me recently. They were like, dude, like, prison is when guys, like, go away for a long time, so they'll have sex with men, because, like, it's such a long period of time. But jail is, like, not that long. I just thought it was so funny if you're like, yeah, I thought I was a straight guy, and then I got locked up. I ended up blowing 8 dudes, and they're like, you were there overnight. So I'm talking to this couple, and the woman tells me that she has this hilarious story for how they met. And I'm like, okay, please share. She proceeds to tell us that this guy approached her at a bar, and he goes, hey, you need to change your curtains. And she's like, what? And he's like, I work at the sub shop across the street from your apartment, and we can see in, so you need to change your curtains. She was like, it was so funny, and I was like, what the fuck? You know, like, no offense to any of the guys here, but, sir, you try to pull that shit off, you're going to jail. Sorry, prison. Needed a better punchline there, I guess. How about this? Yeah, going till I get it. Any ugly guys here? Any ugly guys want to come up on stage? Just show like, you know, how ugly you are and shit. Any volunteers? Oh. That's all right, sweet. Come on up, man. Come on up, you ugly motherfucker. All right. Excellent, man. Oh, God damn it. No, I'm not done. We're doing a bit. You thought I was just going to be like, look at this fucking guy. Get out of here. Here's what I want to do, because you guys are not agreeing with me completely. So what I'm going to do is we're going to run the same exact scenario. We're going to have this guy approach one of you single women and use the line, hey, we can see in your window, and we're all just going to feel how that feels. So I just want you to say, I want you to imagine this man is approaching you for the first time, and it's a kind of a shitty part of town. It's kind of scary. Let's assume it's directly outside here. Alrighty. So the line you're going to use is, hey, you need to change your curtains.
Hey, you need to change your curtains.
Folks, it didn't work. What's your name, sir? Al? Give it up for Al one time. Thank you. Yeah, man. I mean, there's obviously plenty of examples of hot privilege, right? Like, we know these, right? Like, sometimes you will meet a person who is very attractive, and because of that, they're just like off. They're just a little off, right? People call it being ditzy. I call it hotism. But yeah, I'm glad COVID's over, or I'm glad we gave up, I guess. I mean, for real, like, as a live performer, like, you know, we were doing comedy shows on Zoom. Like, imagine this show, but everyone laughing at different speeds. Right? Like, dude, like, we came back, and people in the crowd would wear masks, and comedians were complaining that it would, like, muffle the laughs. And I was like, dude, I don't care. That's fine. After not doing stand-up for 2 years, doing comedy for a masked audience feels like having sex with a condom on. I still want to do it. And it's safe. And it's better than me doing it alone in front of my laptop. You know what I'm saying? During COVID, we had to post all of our jokes online. And I noticed that certain stuff I would post would not get like any views. And I know what you guys are thinking. Hey, dude, maybe your posts sucked. Maybe. But then it came out that the government was directing social media companies to throttle certain topics, right? So, like, basically that means that they wouldn't get as many views. So they're sort of just censoring certain things you're going to talk about. And guess who had jokes about all of those topics? Is this little rascal right here. So would you guys like to hear the 5 things you can't talk about online? Yeah! Very good, very good. So the 5 topics were the COVID vaccine, the origin of COVID, the war in Afghanistan, the war in Ukraine, and racial justice. And you guys are a lot less enthused about this than you were a second ago. So who got what? Clap it up if you got Pfizer. All right. The Moderna. Any Moderna? I was Moderna. Yeah, Moderna. All right, Johnson & Johnson. All right. Put a mask on. It was just so funny to me when they were coming out with the vaccine statistics. They were like, so this is Pfizer. It's 91% effective. You got to get 2 shots of it. This is Moderna. It's 92% effective. You got to get 2 shots of it. This is Johnson & Johnson. It's 64% effective. And don't ask questions. The origin of COVID was like such a weird one because it was a big controversy during the pandemic as to whether it came from a lab or if it was naturally occurring. And then like 3 weeks ago, the Department of Energy was like, it probably came from the lab. And it's like, yo, you were calling this a conspiracy theory for like years, when really, it was just a theory. You know, like, dude, like, I know conspiracy theories. Look at me. You know, like, I'm like dog shit at trivia. But, like, I'll go, and the trivia master will be like, this movie starred Johnny Depp with scissors for hands. And I'm like, Charlie and Chocolate Factory. They're like, no. But if they added conspiracy theories to trivia, it'd be like, this former vice president sold all of his airline stock on September 10th, 2001. I'm like, Dick Cheney. It was Dick Cheney. They're like, sorry, they told us to call the CIA if anyone got that answer too fast. The wars are inherently a weird one to talk about because, honestly, I think a lot of comics get it wrong and are disrespectful to vets because vets themselves actually do a very selfless thing. They just say, hey, whatever it is, I'm willing to die for my people, my country, my home. So if you're one of those people, thank you. Then what happens is the most selfish people in the world decide to send these selfless people to war for reasons that are often not good, right? And America has been in so many wars in such a short period of time, it starts to feel like we just need like a strict mom to be like, you're not getting a new war. We don't have money for a new war. You didn't even finish the last 2. We have plenty of war at home. The last one on the list, and frankly the last one I should be talking about, was racial justice. And that's because this is a big reveal that I have in the set. You guys are probably not ready for. I'm actually I'm a white guy. I have gone to places where they're like, no, you're not white. You're Italian. And I'm like, that's not how that works. Like, that's maybe true, like, at some point in history, but the Italian race card has expired. You know what I mean? Like, dude, it's insane to me. Like, I've never been treated any differently because I'm Italian. I've never been trying to walk to school and there's people throwing meatballs at me like, Mamma mia, motherfucker! My wife is also Italian, and one night I got really high and started getting paranoid we were related. I don't know, we were just talking about it. I was like, what part of Italy is your family from? And she was like the bottom of the boot. What about you? And I was like the bottom of the boot. So this is true. We got 23andMe's, right? Yeah, we got 23andMe's. They came back, we're not related, but I found out that I'm 28% Jewish. I Thanks, one guy. That's the thing, man. I was like, holy shit. Like, this immediately gives me a bunch of crazy thoughts. Like, one, like, you know, I'm an Italian Jew, and I don't even think that's allowed, you know. But yeah, I found out, you know, I'm Jewish, and like, I mean, my first thought was like, all right, well, I guess this blows open the whole Jewish conspiracy, because they say Jews have all the money, and I'm just pissed I got fucked out of a bar mitzvah, you know? Like, bro, I am 31 years old, and we got 13-year-olds clearing 10K at this shit. It's I should be able to, like, you know, retroactively get one, like back pay, right? I'm not doing a bit, like, I'm just asking your opinion. It didn't really change anything about my life to find out that I was ethnically Jewish, right? However, I am now allowed to have an opinion on Kanye West. He was my favorite rapper growing up, and I just watched him say that he loves Hitler. The thing about saying that you love Hitler is it's pretty easy to not say that. Like, Kanye frames this shit like he's being canceled, right? He's like all these companies cut him off. He's like, oh, I'm getting canceled. I'm not famous, which you guys could probably surmise from the fact that I'm filming a comedy special in a small apartment. So, like, if one of you guys left tonight and just tweeted, like, oh my God, like, Alex Giampapa was so offensive, it was crazy, it was so bad, and then the news, like, picked that up. They were like, oh, this comedian was so offensive and bad. It was like, oh my God. That would be great for me. You know what I mean? It's like separating the art from the artist, right? This is the real thing, is, like, if you guys found out your favorite artist had done something terrible, would you still be able to enjoy what they make? R. Kelly. It's tough, bro. Like, obviously that dude should be in prison for the rest of his life, but also Ignition Remix is hot. That's the thing, man. Like, I got asked about racial justice, and I thought I knew what it was. I was like, yeah, you just treat everybody the same. But these days, activists and such are speaking more about equity, which is the idea that there should be no racial hierarchy at all. And one of the main points of this that I've been told is that if people should have had a chance or should have built generational wealth at some point in history, and they didn't because they were oppressed for being a part of this group, then they should be able to get that money back. And the most obvious example is black people with reparations. And I was like, you know what? That makes a lot of sense. And it's exactly what I'm saying about my bar mitzvah. Did I miss anything you guys wanted to discuss this evening?
What's up? Trans people?
Trans people? Holy fuck, buddy! Right out of the gate, huh? Right out of the gate. Yeah, man. I think as society progresses, it's very complicated to talk about politics specifically. So people try to just come up with, like, general advice. I think one thing that's important is men and women communicating more. In general, men and women need to be more free, and they especially need to share their wisdom, right? Because for thousands of years, that wasn't relevant, and all of a sudden, it is. Like, I have a friend who's trans. They were a woman and became a man, and he was talking to me about getting a penis. He was like, I don't know if I want the penis. And it felt like I was the local and he was the tourist. I was like, you gotta get the penis. It's a vital aspect to the experience. It's probably the best part. He was like, no, it's not that. It's just that so I guess when they get you a new penis, they have to take skin from another part of your body. And he was like, I just don't know if I'd want like a big scar going down my arm. And I was like, I mean, you'd probably rather have a big scar. Than a little scar. Like, is the arm scar going to be the new big feet? Where it's like, you know what they say about a guy with a big arm scar? He's got a big dick and it's brand new. Powerful people always want to control the flow of information because reality is a secret. And they give people little pieces of reality to divide them, right? Reason I mention this is I do comedy all over, right? I do it in cities, suburbs, in between, and in rural areas and everywhere, really. And one thing I've really noticed is that people are not actually that different. They just don't like when shit doesn't make sense to them, right? Reason I mention this is everywhere I go now, there are all gender bathrooms, which, to be clear, I like because of the emotional support that women offer in the bathroom. Right, like, dude, sometimes I'll walk by a women's bathroom and very faintly I'll just hear, "You're amazing." And I'm always like, that would never happen in my bathroom. What I don't understand is, like, dude, like, look, the men's bathroom is a very cold, lonely place. Unless there's a hole drilled in the side of the stall, a very cold, lonely place. What I don't understand is when you write that out on the door, all gender bathroom, I just think that in the interest of time, you could write bathroom. Right, because every bathroom is an all-gender bathroom until you make it weird. I just don't say anything else. Like, dude, we had an all-gender bathroom at my house growing up. Like, we weren't progressive. We just didn't care. Honestly, often, not caring is the most progressive thing you can do. For real. Like, whether my kid comes out to me as gay or bi or straight, I'm gonna be like, gross. Which is the way it should be, because honestly, in life... What did you say? That guy, I go, in life, it's as simple as this. And then the tiniest little voice in the corner just said, don't fuck your kids. Like, dude. That was not where I was going with that. This guy was like, I know this comedian so well. I'm finishing his fucking sentences. Watch this. It's so funny. Like, to be clear, there's more to life than just not fucking kids. You have to do more. That is the minimum. That's the minimum. Oh my god. I thank you, because I could not have hired a person to say sillier shit at that moment in time. That's so you're getting 10% of the proceeds from the special. But in life, it is as simple as we are supposed to look to each other and love each other no matter what. Like we're one giant polyamorous relationship. Folks, thank you so much. That's all from me. Thanks for being here.
I roll a blunt or a joint or I pack my bowl. A one hitter so a nigga can just smack and go. Last time I said that I'd be done my next hit. Face the blunt the next 6. Guess I'm never.
What's your favorite conspiracy theory?
My favorite conspiracy theory? Holy shit. You guys are going to be here all night. I was like, yeah, the comedy show was really good, and then they just sat down and it turned into like kind of a Joe Rogan podcast. My favorite conspiracy theory, I would say, is that Jeffrey Epstein actually killed himself. You know what I'm saying? Clap it up if you have no idea what the fuck I'm talking about. Okay, so everybody else. Okay, all right, good. Good. It's just crazy because this guy was so incredibly powerful and had so many incredibly powerful people compromised, and it's like he didn't know the one rule in life. Don't fuck the kids.
Next six, guess I'm never gon' quit. A blunt or a joint or I pack my bowl. A one hitter so a nigga can just smack and go.